Hi. Okay, so what Kate did when the note was off is she laughed.
Oh, it was so funny.
Yeah, and this is what...
Because everything else was in alignment.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like that, isn't it? When most of it is going well, you got really good sea legs for what isn't. Then it's funny.
Yeah.
If most of it was discordant and you hit one good note, you probably wouldn't have noticed it. In other words, what was dominant? That's the operative word here. What is dominantly going on? Because we don't ask you to have perfect pitch in every moment, just good sea legs. Yeah.
Yeah. So this... Okay, so what I've found... I just love you. What I found is when I'm flying a lot, and I love to fly. I love to soar. And when I encounter something that is not flying as much as I want to fly, I just love them. I don't care. I just don't listen to them, really. I go really general, and I love them. And I love their resistance, because I know that their resistance is putting more in their vortex, and I can hear... I'm riding their rockets as best I can. I have to do it in a general way. I know that... But so what I'm experiencing is when somebody's a little whatever, I can hear...
A little off. Let's just call it a little off.
A little off.
That's
I can
all it
hear,
is.
yeah, oh, they're wanting more clarity. And then I get excited about the clarity that's coming. Or they're wanting more freedom, and I get excited about the freedom. Or they're wanting more ease, or they're wanting more fun.
And as long as you don't try to insert it into their experience right then, as long as you let it be your personal experience, then you maintain your alignment, and then the universe will deliver to you the perfect timing when they're close enough to the vicinity that they can then appreciate the work that you did on their behalf.
That's the key.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's great.
So it's not hitting it too head on.
Right.
Not trying to fill the grid in, but trusting that it will be filled in perfect timing, provided you maintain your attention, your interest, and your balance. Yeah.
And then that goes to me as well, with my own resistance, laughing at my own resistance or loving my own resistance, and it just...
Well, that's where it all starts, isn't it? That's really what this story is all about, because all of you are much harder on yourselves than you are everybody else combined.
Yeah, I gave that up. I'm in love with myself.
That's where true worthiness comes from. That's what the feeling of worthiness is. It's putting yourself in a position. It's readying the grid so that what's in your vortex can flow in. And as it flows in and it occurs to you and you perceive it and you translate it and you experience it, that's where your feeling of worthiness. You have to prove it to yourself, because nobody else can give it to you, and nobody else can prevent you from it.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only other piece to this, I think, is I don't really hear what people are saying a lot of times. But I love them.
Are you saying you're tuning out?
Yes.
You're tuning out what doesn't resonate with the balance that you have discovered.
Yes, and I'm seeing their beauty and their preciousness and their perfection, and just
the mark and process of true mastery, where you are able to feel for alignment and find it, and know when you're on it and know when you're not, and maintain your balance no matter what. Maintain your balance deliberately. That's what true mastery is. That's what the art of allowing is. The art of allowing me to be in alignment with all that I am, regardless of what anyone is wanting to present to me. And in that understanding is the true freedom that everyone is looking for, because it's freedom from resistance that you seek.
right.
And if you don't understand that, then you got to prevent that person and prevent that person. You need a restraining order against that one and that one. Talking about you. In other words, then you're wanting to take action in order to try to make your world as wonderful as you want it to be. But once you have mastered this understanding that you can control the way you feel because you have the power to focus, and then you practice yourself into steady, chronic alignment, And then the universe shows you that only what is wanted is flowing to you. And if there is something that is a bit off, you don't freak out about it. You just take it as another step, one moment, and you maintain your balance regardless of it. That's what unconditional love is. Alignment regardless of the condition. You have to start with a decision that you want to feel good. If that's the premise, if you've started with that decision that you want to feel good, then what that means is, what you're saying is, I want to feel good, and I understand I can't feel good unless I'm really blended with all that I am, which causes you to then understand that if you hadn't expanded to more than you can maybe normally maintain, then there would not be any new reach. And so now you're making peace with the fact that you are always vibrationally reaching beyond your patterns or habits that you've been practicing. So it's always accurate to say, I have beliefs that are not up to speed with the whole of who I am. And I mean to figure out which of those beliefs aren't up to speed with who I am, so that I can be up to speed with who I am. However, the beliefs that I hold that are not up to speed with who I am are responsible for my further expansion. So I'm embracing all of these beliefs, positive ones and negative ones, because expansion matters so much to me. If I didn't have the ability to know what I don't want, I wouldn't have the ability to know what I do want. So I'm not looking for perfection here. I'm just looking for steady things to help me continue to expand, and constant awareness and desire to feel good, which keeps me moving in the direction of the expansion that I've made. And it is my powerful intent to live happily ever after in that way. And if somebody else has the benefit of being up close to me and figuring it out based upon the powerful example that I'm offering, then I am really fulfilling my purpose for being. But I was not born to be an example for them. I was born to be the joyful creator that I am. This is something that we really, really, really want you to hear, because it gets off pretty easily in the moment that you're trying to mentor someone that you really care about. And it gets back on track really fast when you understand that they can't miss anyway. Nobody's going to miss this. Everybody's having expansion. Everybody's putting stuff in their vortex. Everybody's going to eventually come into alignment with it, you see. This is a universe of attraction, and there is no exclusion. There's no pushing anything away. What you give your attention to, you're calling to you. And of course you know that, but it was the perfect juxtaposition of that comment, because attention to it is the invitation of it.
Yeah.
That's why we say, and we really mean, you can't get to the bottom of something. You can't get to the bottom of what's bothering you, because your attention upon what's bothering you just causes that to have a deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. There is no bottom.
But if you do what Kate did, or laugh or love, then it's not bothering you, and then it changes and it's not that thing.
That's right. But even more, what that story is talking about is, as you don't make a big hairy deal out of the things that are bothering you, and you do add emphasis to the things that are going well, as you let your work, your process, be more about making lists of positive aspects, we would move from meditation, which is the most general thing that you can do with your mind, to making lists of positive aspects, which is the most specific thing that you can do about the things that are important to you. And we'd move back and forth between those processes. And in doing so, we would tune ourselves to the frequency of what's in our vortex. And then we would just let the chips fall where they may. We would not try to control law of attraction. We would not try to control other people. We would make a decision that we have a singular intent, and that is to be aware of and therefore control the vibrational output. So when you understand things as you do you know that you're the creator of your own experience? Yes. Do you know that you are offering a vibration in all waking moments? Do you believe that law of attraction is matching up? Are you the only one that knows this?
No, yeah.
Do you believe that whatever you're putting out is what's coming back to you? And isn't that meaningful information?
Yeah.
Don't you just love if you miss it when it's in the subtle stages, and so you continue to do it even though you don't mean to do it? Don't you love that it gets big enough that soon it gets your attention? And isn't it nice that really knowing what you don't want helps you to really know what you do want? And doesn't it feel good to recognize that there's no ending to that expansion? Don't you love recognizing that when you've asked for something, that you're not a vibrational match to it, but that you want to feel good, so you keep reaching for the feeling of it until you find it, and you can feel it sort of click into place in a vibrational way? And as soon as it clicks into place in a vibrational way, in an emotional way, now you've prepared yourself for the contents of your vortex to some extent. And now, just like water flows downhill, it begins flowing into your experience as affirmation or confirmation or manifestation, as proof, as evidence of the improvement that you made in your vibrational outputting. And then don't you love that there's enough variety that causes you to then regroup and launch another rocket, which at first feels off to you? It's not a vibrational match to where you are. You can't really put your finger on what's wrong, but you want to feel good, so you're willing to reach for it. So you meditate or do whatever you can in order to feel better, and then another piece of it comes and you feel that click into place. We want to help you to feel as we feel about the deliciousness of molding the energy. We want you to experience the subtlety, and therefore the precision, and therefore the specifics, and therefore the deliciousness. It's like being an energy connoisseur. You used to like that big old gallon jug, but you don't anymore. In other words, your tastes become refined in all things. Your tastes of energy become refined. You get better and better at it, and you begin to enjoy the subtleties of it more. And then you begin to feel this worthiness as you finally acknowledge that the universe will match you vibration to vibration. That if this time-space reality has the wherewithal to inspire you to that unique newness that you are asking for, that with understanding of the laws of the universe and a simple willingness to want to feel good, and an understanding of the laws of the universe enough to know that in the going general, which has the potential of seeming boring, but also has the potential of activating your subtle awarenesses and actually giving you more definition than you've ever had before. So you can become this creative genius on subject after subject. You are the creator of your experience, but we are in on it with you. And when you explore and expand beyond your current belief or ability to allow your expansion, we still take it and know it and hold you as our object of attention, knowing that you will find it. But more importantly, not knowing that you will find it so that you will have the manifestation that will please you, but knowing in the reaching for the finding of it, you will have the joy that we have found even before the manifestation of it.